I hope you guys are having a great day, and you're gonna have even a better day after watching this video. Anyways, I hope you guys are having a great day, and today we are gonna be talking about the 3 biggest signs that you are riding the wrong surfboard. This is an issue that not only I, but many of my friends and even my coaches have experienced in the start of their surfing journeys, and I want to help you avoid doing that. So without further ado, let's get straight into the video. The first major sign that you are riding the wrong surfboard is that you'll notice yourself stalling up the wave when you're paddling for the majority of your waves. So what do I mean by this? When you are in your surf session and you're paddling for almost every wave, and you know that the issue that you're not catching any waves is not because of your paddling, rather your board, that could be a sign, a very big sign, that your surfboard is either too small, lacks the right amount of volume for your needs. So we see the lady here paddling for the wave. She's getting hung up as she's about to pop up on her surfboard. Her face of the surfboard is really high up on the wave, and obviously she manages to take off successfully, but it is holding her up, preventing her from getting an earlier takeoff, which isn't what you want, because you are going to miss the first section of the wave, and obviously we want to make the most of our waves. So keep that in mind. Now here, this example just reinforces this. We can see she's really high on the wave, and the outcome of this takeoff, because of how narrow or too little volume her board has, is you're either going to go over the falls or you're just going to miss the entire section of the wave, which is not what we want to do, because that can be, we all know how frustrating and irritating that can be when you're trying to just get on the face of the wave, but you can't, just because of how little volume or how small your board is. So if you notice that this is the position you find yourself in when you're surfing the majority of your sessions, this is most probably because your board just does not have enough volume for your needs. So how to overcome this? You can either go online. There's a bunch of online surfboard volume calculators. Input the details there that are applied obviously to you, and you can find a perfectly calculated amount of volume for your board, obviously dependent on a lot more factors, but this is one alternative route. Another is to talk to one of your shapers or even some experts that you're aware of in your area, and they can give you plenty of tips on what types of boards you want to ride and the right amount of volume that will work for you, because volume is your best friend. It will get you on waves faster, it'll allow you to make sections, and it won't result in you like being super frustrated the whole session. Okay, so my next point is relatively similar to the first point, but you simply just aren't catching enough waves. On average, when you're in the water, you want to be catching around 75 to 80% of the waves you're paddling for. You're missing waves, which is fair enough. Sometimes that does happen, but it shouldn't be a recurring experience, obviously. If you are paddling for waves and you're not catching them, one, this is either because your board does, again, have too little volume and is too narrow for you, or you simply get fatigued really easily and your back muscles aren't at the stage where you can consistently go and paddle for waves without getting tired. One interesting point that I've never really heard anyone mention that I've picked up on is, imagine you're surfing your friend's board, or in this case, this could even be your own surfboard. If you're sitting on your surfboard out on the lineup, and your board is submerged under the water and the water level rises above your chest, either to your chest or slightly above your chest, your board, that's just a blatantly obvious statement saying that your board literally has too little volume, because you should be sitting on your surfboard where the water level rises just below your chest, if not around your stomach area, because it should have enough volume to push your body weight upwards so that you're not literally just sinking on your surfboard. Something else I think that should be mentioned is, obviously surfing is not like any other sport, especially when it comes to equipment. It does take time to get used to your surfboard, a brand new surfboard, or even a stock surfboard, and you're not gonna be able to surf the board you want, especially in the first couple of weeks of riding it, because the ocean is changing every day. It's not like a basketball court where the basketball court stays the same every day and you can practice the same skills every day. Surfing, especially with a surfboard, it's going to respond differently in different conditions. So you do, of course, have to keep in consideration that time is necessary. You can't ignore time with your surfboard. And after a while, at that point, you will be able to tell, yep, this surfboard is working for me or not. That's completely on how the board feels for you, right? So that's all the points that I have to bring up in this pretty short video. Go surfing, even when you don't feel like it. Mwah.